Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Dark Rooms podcast. My name is Psychic, and I'm here with Ozone, Inkyink _. Today, we are going to be just talking about some general FNaF news, because there's been a lot recently. And, yeah, if you like everything FNaF, then you should subscribe and ring the bell so you get notified when there's new Dark Rooms episodes. So, yeah, how's everybody doing?
Anyway, so we're going to hand you off to the cast of the Weekly Scoop.
No,
we're not. No, we are not.
They've now rebranded as the Yearly Scoop because they only appear once a year.
We will be, burned at the stake.
We really will.
Oh.
Bless you.
Bless you, _.
I'm dying.
I think we're all dying a little bit. Anyway, there's a lot to talk about. So, and a lot of confusing, maybe not confusing, but very speculative episode today. Because we don't have a ton of information, but a lot of things to theorize
a lot of
about.
breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
Welcome to
a
lot of breadcrumbs. That's a good way to put it. A lot of breadcrumbs.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to get the movie stuff out of the way? Because those have been kind of... There's not too much to talk about with some of those.
Right. Sure. So recently we've been getting a lot of information on movie
casting.
stuff. Casting. It seems like it's actually happening this time.
Because it's filming it's filming in a few days from when we're recording this.
Yeah, that's right. By the time this is out, it should probably have started filming.
That's crazy. We're
That's wild.
finally getting.
Sorry guys, but I won't be able to join the podcast for the next few months.
Why is that, Ozone?
Got something you want to tell us?
Crazy.
Don't worry, I
we're-
always come back.
We're so gonna have to cover the movie on the podcast.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
It's gonna be a movie review episode.
Honestly, we could probably do a couple episodes on
Dark
the movie
Rooms
depending on
react.
how big it is.
Probably a thoughts on the movie, and then a theory episode on the movie or something. I don't know.
Right? Yeah. We should do a.
But yeah, we
watch
have casting.
Yeah, we do.
So Vanessa, who, if I remember correctly, that leaked description a while back, said that she's a police officer that's helping out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that they're kind of taking from all over the FNaF timeline and kind of putting it as an homage in this movie, kind of all
The
in
names
one
have
place.
been really weird so far.
I
very
don't think it's the Vanessa.
Oh, definitely not. But it's
No way.
it's a blonde lady who is an officer of protection.
Yeah.
Something's weird.
So we have Elizabeth Lale for that
Yes.
from You on Netflix.
True.
I personally haven't seen that, but
And neither of
Wait, so who is it?
Elizabeth Lale is her name.
Okay.
Elizabeth.
I don't
Oh
think
my
I've
gosh.
ever heard of many of these actors except for just Shaggy and...
Wait, I mean, it's also kind of a good thing, right?
Yeah, I
True.
like that it's
You don't want it to be like Marvel, where they get
You don't want it to be
Big
the
faces.
Mario movie?
Chris
Pratt?
Pratt as Michael Afton.
Yeah,
Oh my
basically.
gosh.
But also,
yeah.
I've seen a lot of talk, on Twitter, especially, of people saying, "I really hope there are no influencers in the movie."
No little cameos?
Yeah,
It could be immersion breaking, so I could see where they're coming from there.
yeah.
Hmm.
It's
don't-
Markiplier appears, is that the Bite of 87?
And then leaves. That's all he did.
Yeah.
I believe Markiplier did say he isn't if he's in the movie he doesn't
Yeah.
want to be a cameo.
He would want a big role.
Mm-hmm. Which I mean,
Um,
fair enough.
With all these lesser known actors, I'm kind of hoping that maybe this is one of their breakout roles or something. This could be big for them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh
this
yeah,
could be big.
it could be like the Bite of 87.
Yeah, because that was obviously a breakout role for the crying
it
child.
really was though.
Yeah.
Broke his
Speaking
brain
of
out of his
which-
skull.
Exactly. Now you're getting it.
Speaking of the crying child,
Oh yeah, potentially the crying child here. We've got
it's the
Garrett.
curly hair.
We got Lucas Grant as Garrett, which is I mean, if you look at him, the little guy, and the sprite for the crying child, I mean, I'm just saying, it might be
Yeah.
a
I mean,
match.
okay,
I think
I
so.
saw
Guys,
I saw
brown
people
hair.
being they're gonna change the names of the missing children up on us, and I thought, there's a chance this is some funny to say it, whitewashed Gabriel,
I
But-
don't think so.
but
Maybe
probably
I
the
don't know.
crying child. It's probably
I
the crying child.
think it's probably the
Nah,
crying child. And if
here's the thing, because
Wait.
the other the other character that's been cast is called Ghost Kid Number 5. And I'm like,
This is true.
you'd think if this was one of the MCI, they'd be Ghost Kid 1 or 2, but
yeah,
no,
yeah,
they
exactly.
get a name.
So this is specifically called Garrett. It must be like a more major character than the missing children, right?
Or it could just be like
Yeah,
they don't want to
so.
reveal Ghost Kids' names yet.
Also,
No, but then if they didn't want to reveal Ghost Kid's names, they wouldn't have called him Garrett.
exactly, that's why he's not a Ghost Kid.
Right.
So, also, if this is a Crying Child stand-in for whatever this is, would it be weird that the Crying Child has had 2 characters associated with him that both have their names starting with the letter G?
That's what I was gonna go with that because like Elizabeth is if they're going with an Afton family like stand-in for the movie, and Elizabeth has been renamed to Abby, which is like kind of close to Elizabeth, I guess. It could be the same
No,
deal
Abby
with
is
Crying Child,
Abby
where
is
it's like,
is baby, obviously. Come on, like
yeah,
Come on,
probably.
anagrams,
Yeah.
people, anagrams.
Maybe. I don't know. But like yeah, like you said, Garrett, maybe
And Gregory.
Like
It's crazy.
It might be a stretch, but it's something maybe. I
As
don't
long
know.
as you get close, huh?
I mean, as a headcanon, the Crying Child is called Gregory for me anyway, so.
It works. It's your best stand-in name, okay? Of
What is it?
all
It's-
that exists.
Yeah.
It is pretty interesting.
But guys, come on,
Uh,
Chris.
No, get out.
Hate character if he told me
Chris Waugh.
everything.
We've also got Jophiel Love cast as Ghost Kid 5, as we briefly touched on. I'm assuming this is just going to be like straight up Golden Freddy if it's the 5th one.
Are you just now realizing how like crazy monumental that
No,
is?
I just thought of something stupid as
What
hell.
did you think of?
Oh.
What did you think of?
So you know how Will Smith slapped Chris Rock?
Oh
my
no.
Yeah, what about it?
Was that the slap of 22?
Oh my
Chris
gosh.
Afton, it's Chris
What?
and William Afton.
Why do I feel like I've heard that before?
Honestly, we've
Oh,
probably
boy.
made that kind
That
of
was
joke
very
before.
off topic, but
Yeah, a little bit.
We've probably made that joke
Um,
before, Inky.
I feel like maybe, I don't know. So, I guess the elephant in the room here is that this kid looks a lot more like Susie would than Cassidy, but obviously I don't think the designs are going to be carried over that much for the kids at least.
Yeah, but it is super interesting that right there could be Cassidy.
Very,
never know.
very true. I think it's also important for like figuring out more about Cassidy because like in the novels, Golden Freddy is Michael Brooks.
Yeah. And Cassidy got the novels are freaking weird because let's see, Michael Brooks is Golden Freddy, Cassidy is Bonnie, and Jeremy doesn't exist.
Jeremy got robbed.
That's how the trilogy works. It's so weird.
There is no Jeremy. We all hallucinated Jeremy.
Remember Jeremy? Because they don't.
Remember Jeremy. Remember then that was like a big cryptic teaser?
Yeah.
Good
Remember Jeremy.
times. I feel like that was one of the only ones where it's like, okay, we actually got a closure for this. We got a solution. But yeah, I think the fact that Ghost Kid 5 is a girl might be interesting as far as like tying it back to the games. Because we still don't know exactly how connected this will be, or like how many like parallels it will have.
if it is the games, it can only be Susie or Cassidy. Like,
Hey, I'm telling you, if this movie doesn't have a Jeremy, it's not in the games. That's just how it works.
I think that's a good point. If they even give the kids names at all.
Dude,
Like,
have I
maybe-
explained the Jeremy theory?
The Jeremy.
Jeremy theory?
There are
Jeremy
a few
duo?
pieces of FNaF media. There are a few pieces of FNaF media that do not have Jeremy in them, such as, can I remember Jeremiah and Prankster, and the novel trilogy where Jeremy doesn't exist. Let me make you aware of the fact that neither of those are in the games.
This is true.
Media that doesn't canonically have Jeremy is not game canon.
Jeremy is the linchpin.
Yes, that's
He holds
exactly how it works.
everything,
So
everything
where's-
together.
where's Tails, Jeremy?
Well,
We'll find
you know
him.
Tails is.
Where's
you know
Jeremy
Tails.
in Security Breach?
We'll find him.
The staff, the comedy bot mentions him in a joke.
Oh yeah, that's true. Where's
that,
Jeremy
nerd.
in AR?
I'll kill you. He's in the emails. He's in the scrapped emails.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
everywhere.
Okay,
True.
actually, you're onto something. I think.
Jeremy is like this
He is the continuity.
he's like an omnipresent force in the games.
I've got the final one. Where's Jeremy in FNaF 1?
And Bonnie.
He's literally Bonnie. I don't know what you're on about.
Oh no, but that doesn't count.
He's literally Bonnie.
I mean, it does. I think
It
within the
does.
games, we don't have to. I don't think we have to like validate it within the games if we're tying it back to the games.
We have
Like, it's
the
a given.
graveyards
It's
in
a given.
FNAF 6.
But Bonnie is in C Bonnies, so surely that means C Bonnies is canon. Yeah, you see, your logic is flawed. Underscore.
I didn't say
Your
I said
logic is
Bonnie, I said
flawed, Ozone.
Jeremy.
It's not actually Bonnie's though. Anyway,
Jeremy is Bonnie, but
yes,
Bonnie
they
is not
are.
Jeremy.
It has the DNA of Bonnie.
no, it,
Dude,
no, it
what
Bonnie
are you
doesn't have
talking
DNA.
about?
What are we talking
It has that one specific Bonnie's DNA. Yeah,
What? No,
like that
no,
animatronic
it
had
doesn't.
DNA.
Yeah, no, yeah, that doesn't. Huh?
Dude, I can't believe I started this.
Inky's
But
losing his mind.
yeah, I think the fact. So, what do we think about this idea? So they obviously have not shared the name of Ghost Kid 5. Do you think that is an intentional like pre-release choice, or
No.
is the movie gonna go without ever naming the kids?
They aren't going to name them.
That's what I'm kind of thinking.
I don't think they're going to be important.
We'll probably
Maybe,
see
like-
them at one point being ghosts.
Yeah. Oh,
Probably
we'll
towards the
definitely
end of
see
it,
him
I
because they're
guess.
casting him.
Well,
But
what I'm
Right.
thinking is, you guys have seen Thor: Love and Thunder, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
yes.
The kids in that, the one that just appears in front of.
No, not as
Oh,
the floating
no,
head with the
not the
horrible
floating
CGI.
head.
That's what I'm
Come
thinking
on.
it's going to do, and I'm hoping
Please,
the CGI is
no.
better.
They need to be gray in the safe room. William in the springlock suit. They're surrounding him. He's gonna get springlocked.
I don't know.
That is
maybe.
something I just hope is in the movie
Ringlocked
because
in
it's
movie 1.
listen. It's adjacent
Well-
enough to the FNAF 1 game to maybe happen
Think
because
about
it's
it.
always either right before or right after FNAF 1.
Like,
You know it.
I feel like we haven't like really thought about how William Afton is gonna play into this movie.
Because he's not in FNAF 1. It's going to be
Right.
interesting. We're
Like,
going to
if
have to
the-
get some sort of flashbacks, or
Yeah.
he's going to be there.
I think flashbacks are guaranteed, but I feel like
trauma.
I feel like
I
he's
feel like-
probably gonna be a present threat.
I feel like,
Like, maybe-
we're probably gonna see something like in this. I think it was the Silver Eyes, where it's like they get like memories from like just like stuff around the restaurant. Like, wasn't there like a piece of paper, like a picture, and they're like, "Oh, it gave me." a
Imagine
memory."
hallucinations just like FNAF 1 has, where things just change a bit.
Like the Dream Sphere.
It's, what?
Oh,
I feel like we made good comparisons, then you said the dream sphere, and that didn't make any sense.
No, it's connected to like memories and like it
Yeah.
brings the words out of
I-
pages and it's like here's the
We're,
desert.
we're talking about pictures changing on a wall. You talking about freaking
Okay.
mind melter.
Okay. shut up.
I'm just thinking, they cast a fairly big name as William Afton. You know, the community's kind of like, you know, hyping him up. I feel like he's probably gonna be like at least more actively involved than flashbacks. And I don't exactly know how.
Oh,
Yeah.
also, wasn't it said like the main villain was going to be a female?
A
villain.
villain, not the main
not the
villain.
main villain.
Okay, well,
There will
a
be
villain
a
is gonna be
female-
Like who's that, by the way? Have we
Vanessa?
discussed that?
Yeah.
No clue.
I don't
No,
know.
it's not
if
Vanessa.
gonna be
It's someone else. It's not Vanessa.
It's someone else, a different casting.
Chica?
I doubt it. I don't know.
Who could be
could it be
a
the
villain?
could it be the voice of the puppet or something?
The only other
Baby?
female I know.
Dude, if the puppet shows up in this, that'd be fire.
That would be pretty cool.
There's like retroactively, just like I know we're supposed to base this off FNAF 1, but there's a lot of things that, you know, later in the time or later in like the games that happen like, you know, adjacent to FNAF 1 enough that they just could happen, like the puppet being in the kitchen or somewhere in the
I don't
freaking
think we
ceiling
should
happens a lot for some
also-
reason.
I don't think we should base this purely on only FNAF 1. I think it'll be like
Yeah.
kind of based around it, but it won't be like
I agree.
it won't
I
be
was gonna
like
say because we have Vanessa,
Mhm.
and I think that's proof enough that we can
And
look outside of FNAF 1.
maybe Michael Trauma with the crying child
Yes.
and Abby maybe.
I'm really hoping that they're Aftons. Like, I hope they're just saving that as like a twist, because I mean, I don't know. Having Mike Schmidt be his own character with his own
Yeah.
like unrelated trauma, like I can see them doing that. I just don't really want them to.
He can't forget Afton, can he? Afton's... Yeah, with like what we're assuming to be Michael's trauma. If you look at FNaF 1 through 3, which he said FNaF 1 through 3 was what, the movies would be based on. If you look at those 3 movies, there's no mention of Afton, there's no Michael character development, there's no nothing. So he is pulling from farther beyond those 3 games.
Unless he isn't,
Which would suck, and then it's just...
If this is like an AU that's just kind of based around the first 3 games, and the Afton family is not really a story.
I guess. As long as it's pulled off well, because the trilogy was really good, even though it was a spinoff.
Yeah.
What? Did you just dog on the trilogy?
I did. I don't like the trilogy.
You are unequivocally not based at all, ever. You've never been based about
Fun fact, I was actually talking to an IRL friend who actually read the trilogy, and they were like, listen, I know there's a new series of books, but I could not read after the trilogy. It was that bad.
No!
Wow, I would not say that. Fourth Closet got a bit
missed
iffy,
the trilogy.
I think Silver Eyes was good. I think after that it kind of went off the rails.
I
agree to an extent. I love the Silver Eyes. I like the Twisted Ones, and the Fourth Closet was okay.
Thought it was a cult classic, and everyone loved it.
No,
I just don't like what they did with Afton in the Fourth Closet.
I just got confused.
Kind of weird.
I was just like confused. I was like, what is going on anymore? I don't understand this.
Anyway, do we have anything more to say about the movie at the moment? I feel like we're gonna get more.
They're
casting.
looking for 70s, 80s, 90s cars.
They are. And
That was
apparently,
Cars. Oh, Charlotte.
I mean, also just cars existing.
Midnight
if
Motorist.
it's in the 90s with potential 70s/80s flashbacks, they're gonna need cars regardless.
No way, they've got a car in the movie. Oh my god.
I just hope we get a canon make and model for Williams' purple car. I need that so
cool.
bad in my life for some reason.
That would be pretty cool. I feel like if they're gonna have any special car scene, we're gonna see that car.
I need Williams'
Lamborghini.
canon make and model.
Although maybe if the movie is taking a more grounded approach, it might just be like a regular car. They might not make it purple in the movie.
They have to make
One
it
of
purple.
my goals.
They have to make it purple.
One of my goals is to find a Hot Wheels car that's just like Williams' purple car.
The goal, the grind.
I need it so bad.
So if filming is happening very soon, many film sets, especially for popular anticipated movies, they usually get leaked images. So I'm wondering if we're gonna get any of those. There's always gonna be some intern with his phone who goes, I'm gonna snap a sneaky picture and post this online.
I mean, it's Five Nights at Freddy's.
Right.
People aren't gonna be able to resist.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I think we might get something, and I'm just waiting for the day where we get a behind the scenes picture, and it's this huge thing, and we're so confused and terrified what this could mean. Friggin', I don't know, William Afton pulling off a Scooby-Doo mask and being baby or something.
I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you middling
It's just like Candy Cadet or something.
So yeah, Candy Cadet, yeah. Candy Cadet cameo. That would be neat if he's in the corner or something.
We just see a Bobby Dot.
That would make no sense. That'd be huh?
Wait, FNaF is an anime movie?
Yes. They've just been casting all these people as voice actors this whole time.
Yeah.
It's fully animated.
Ghost Kid number 5 is my favorite Bobby Dot.
But yeah, I don't think we have too much more to say about the movie. Do we think we'll be getting more casting leaks? Or is that just going to be left behind as the filming starts, do you think?
There's probably going to be a few more. We've got 4 unaccounted for dead children, so let's wait till we get
let's
people
get
cast
those
for
dead children, babies. Let's go.
Do you think they'll be important enough compared to 5 to be mentioned as far as leaks go?
You'd think that we'd get 1 through 4 and not 5 mentioned. So you'd think there's no way to hide the first 4 if we've got the
Let's
most
not
important
forget
one
these are
already.
real people. They deserve the credit.
Yeah, that's not what I'm saying. I mean,
Yes, real dead children.
as far as leaks go, I feel
Yeah, okay.
the lore important ones would get priority. I'm not saying the other 4 kids are going to be uncredited in the movie.
Uncredited, nameless, picked them up off the streets. They don't get any
Hello,
credit.
child. Do you want to pretend to be dead in the movie and walk around all creepy like? Okay, like we're gonna give you like $10. Goodbye. Like,
It's a pizza.
I can't wait for the announcement that someone's called Joel or something.
Joel.
they just put kids at play in the movie, like
No.
inexplicably.
We're
I
gonna
would
see a
die if
kid
there's a
crossing
reference.
sign. We're gonna see a freaking crossing sign, and it's gonna make everyone scream their heads off.
That's pretty
Oh
base.
no, they killed that guy.
I mark it down on my Twitter post.
William Afton just eating Faz Crunch cereal. Like, no.
William Afton, watch out! He's eating the cereal. So I think that's probably all for the movie for real this time, right?
Yeah.
Any final
We'll get
thoughts
more
on that?
development soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I think we're gonna get into like the meat of the episode, I suppose, where like we've got
Yum.
a lot of interesting things to talk about with, good old Funko.
Dude, Funko's getting a run for their money. I don't even know what the topic is, but YouTube's is gonna freaking kill them.
It's as Scott Cawthon once said when it came to leaks, things will be like handled very differently going forward. Apparently they have not been, because we've got more leaked characters being the circus and balloon wave of animatronics.
I got some of the minis. I already have them.
Like, that's
Oh
wild.
my
Like,
gosh.
they have not been announced in any official capacity, and there's just, you've got them already.
I have 8 of the minis. I got the rare white boy.
Right. Is he like, I don't know, like, what do we know about these
That's the
characters?
mystery.
Who are these people?
I don't know.
Because, like, before there was, like, okay, yeah, these are, like, AR skins, or these are just, like, blacklight characters. Like, these, like, are
AR
too
skins.
elaborate.
These are
They're, like,
fully
too,
fledged characters.
absolutely too elaborate to
Remember
be,
when AR
like,
was being,
Funko
like,
originals.
Actually cared about.
Don't even get me started on how I was right all along. We'll get there.
Just give him 2 years.
These...
Yeah.
So there's the balloon ones and the clown ones. How do we... First of all, do we want to, like... How do we feel about the designs?
They are cute.
I
Cute.
like them.
I love Bonnie. I love Clown Bonnie.
My favorite is Balloon Foxy. He's just a sad-looking guy. Oh wait, no,
It
it
looks
might
like
be
the nerd
Clown
emoji.
Foxy?
It's Clown Foxy.
Clown Foxy.
Actually, I'm kind of, like, neutral on most of them. Clown Foxy is, like, one that I dislike, I think.
You just like him. I don't care.
I just
really.
I don't like his vibes.
He doesn't give
Clown
you-
Bonnie, Clown Bonnie's like the freaking Glamrock Bonnie we never got.
He's so cute, though.
Yeah, he's so cute.
He's a cute little feller.
Yeah.
It's very, very interesting. And do we know why there's a white bear?
Dude,
Why are you still white?
it's
Ducker's
but
open.
he's white with the yellow and purple and light blue, and he's got
That's-
cheeks.
Oh.
He got them cheeks.
Damn, he got cheese.
What could that mean?
No clue. I got
It
him
could
out of
be-
the pack.
Golden
mini.
Freddy's gone to the Arctic or something.
The
Golden Freddy
what?
Polar Bear Edition?
I got him, and someone
Oh,
asked
the
me,
Arctic.
"What's his
Okay,
name?"
never mind.
Like, what's the character name? And I'm like, dude, I don't freaking know. They don't label the names
Yeah, they don't
on
label
the
the
packs.
mystery minis, that's the whole point.
It doesn't have a name.
Not yet. I mean, the
It's
only
just
reason
not-
we have the names for these guys is because of leaks and the action figures.
Yeah,
but
they've got
the
action
minis don't
figures
have
and
names for
pops.
some reason.
They've got action figures and pops, but this mysterious white bear is not, like, among those. Like,
He didn't get a name.
For someone who doesn't know what the
not
white
get
bear
one,
looks like,
Freddy?
can someone send a picture?
Yeah.
Yes. Let me
yeah,
Google
sure, I
white bear
guess.
real quick.
I'm gonna look through the, like, actual name leaks.
FNaF
Let's
Circus
see.
Mystery Minis. I wonder if there's a listing that would say all the different. Oh my gosh, that's so low quality.
I'm looking at a listing currently with, like, one of those, like, images where it's just a bunch of the names.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I will say the Mystery Minis, like, leaked thing is labeled as Security Breach Series 2. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
this is definitely interesting. And I believe some of the pop, like, boxes are under the Security Breach wave, right?
Tell us who they are named. I need to know.
He does
Why
need
won't
to
they tell
know.
us?
Like, I don't think you can get too much more explicit than like this. Like, it just says
Okay.
it's in security breach. Like, is this gonna
The
be
list-
Ruin?
The listing just calls him White Balloon Freddy. That's his quote-unquote name.
Interesting.
It's just White Balloon Freddy.
White balloon.
Which is absolutely not going to be his real name. We just don't know it.
Whoa!
They'd be getting real creative if this was just a recolor, for some reason.
Definitely.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, these are very well designed for it to just be like Funko's doing or whatever.
Oh yeah, no, these are totally not Funko original characters.
Yeah,
especially
these are upcoming characters.
especially
I need
if
to
these are
show-
like security breach branded.
I need to show something off. Why is it not working? Dude, okay, I'll screenshot it. Okay, I want you to take a look at this roster of minis. It's 12 minis. One of these has been scrapped from final release, yet is in all the branding images. Who do you
Is
think
it
got
the-
freaking scrapped?
Is it the Golden Freddy?
No.
Is it the Yellow Chica?
I want you to notice one of these guys should have two of them, but there's... Okay, I'm going to stop being vague. See Balloon Bonnie with the glow-in-the-dark?
Yes.
There's not a basic one, look.
Oh, that's right.
So, red guy, bottom left corner, doesn't exist. They didn't make him. They replaced him with a regular Balloon Bonnie.
I mean, that makes sense, I guess. So Balloon
so
Foxy
sad
does
'cause
not get a
I-
variant.
I wanted that freaking ruby-looking Foxy so bad, and they got rid of him.
Yeah.
I'm just a little bit baffled. Like,
Just a
maybe,
little
like,
bit.
maybe Scott doesn't have like as like tight of reins on the property now that he's
Things
retired.
will be handled very differently.
Yeah, but they weren't. It was like they like leaked the glam rock designs. It's like, oh, everyone's like,
Well, you
oh,
never
this
know
wasn't
if this
supposed
is
to happen.
intentional or not.
But yeah, that's what I might. Maybe it's weird to just
This-
announce brand new characters through Funko though.
This, I mean, it is kind of like putting out a teaser,
Maybe.
but it
Maybe.
is excessive.
I don't know.
I mean, I guess it is an official announcement of like it's not even like leaked Funko products. It's like
Freaking
they just released.
Compared to like old teasers on like Scott Games is like terrible.
Yeah.
I just
Like,
find it funny
It's so
that it's like
anticlimactic.
I find it funny that it's like years ago it's like a leak. You know, like okay, well, now we know what the glam rock animatronics look like. This is interesting. And Scott was like, things will be handled differently. And now we just have two entire sets of animatronics just in full view.
Yeah.
Like there's no not even like low quality images. Like they're just out. Underscore has them. Like
Yeah, these are
So-
all listings.
So here's the question then: what are these for?
well, I think
Ruin.
it's weird because I think it has to be Ruin. Like, because it says security breach. It's like everywhere it says security breach.
Mm-hmm.
It
The-
is a tough one because
The purple matching the exact Ruin purple. Remember that little detail?
And then there's also the Into Madness stuff, right? Because
Yeah.
balloon related.
Balloon
So,
World.
What I was gonna say is like Ruin. We only have like one poster for it, so we don't really know what it's gonna be about. But I don't know how these guys would fit in.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We thought they
like-
would be... Or you keep going.
Oh, sorry. But like Balloon World, yeah, that I think that's quite like a big thing, and that's called Into Madness in the files. So, like that could
yeah.
probably have something to do with it.
Are we thinking maybe like one of these sets is for Ruin and one of them is like completely different? Because if so, which one do we think would be its own game? Because I'm tempted to say the circus ones, but also, you know, Into Madness was also being talked about as if it was its own game, like for later on.
I personally think it's like a bit outlandish to say these are for different things.
I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just weird to have
I'm-
like. Hmm.
Okay, well, there's this goes back a lot farther than just Into Madness and being Balloon World, because you can correlate those balloon characters to Into Madness, right? Through the friggin' minigame that
yeah.
didn't go anywhere and probably goes somewhere in Ruin. But the frickin' clown characters, or the circus guys, circus mode has been being teased for a while now. Who remembers Fury's Rage? There's a
Well,
circus
and-
set right up outside the Pizzaplex, technically.
And kind of in FNaF 6 as well. We had like clowns that didn't
Yep.
fit in at all.
There's
a good
weird
point.
circus motifs, and this is the payoff. Finally,
I suppose.
the circus is coming. There was even Dark Circus, AR,
I find it interesting.
its own
Okay,
event.
the clowns definitely have to be like Security Breach era at least because Glamrock Chica
Yeah,
is
I
designed
don't
for
doubt
Circus
that.
Chica.
So it's time for Psychic's somewhat related question that's kind of still off topic. When do you think Ruin's going to be... When do you think we're going to get it? How much longer do you think?
You're right.
2023.
I'd imagine late 2023.
Summer
Yeah, I'd hazard a
or
guess at, like
winter?
November.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anywhere like earliest summer, latest November, December.
It's gonna be like a Q2 or a Q4.
Definitely.
I'm gonna go out on
Yeah.
a limb here. I think these characters are for a small spin-off game to do with Security Breach, and that's gonna come out sometime mid this year, like summer or something, and then they're gonna release Ruin.
We have to stream
something
it.
again like Fury's Rage.
I feel like there's got to be
Would-
like a middle kind of like.
Would
thing.
Scott make a tie over to like hold us over until Ruin? That involves
Yeah, I
like
think
imagine
so.
a platformer with the balloon characters, like a platforming game.
There's
But
got to be
that begs
something
the
else.
question. For me, that begs the question at least that like, if that is where this is going, and that would be fun. I think that would be a cool idea. But if that's where this is going, then why not make merch of like Fury's Rage and all the other like spin-offs?
Yeah, I guess they didn't make
Like, why this one
much.
specifically? What's so important about
Well, I
this
mean,
one?
Fury's Rage didn't really have any original characters.
Well, I mean,
It just used a bunch of
kinda
AR. They were characters, but they were just slightly varianted. Yeah,
And
this
were,
has to
and
be
there were
bigger if
some
it's
FNaF
getting
AR
merch.
skins, so I bet they didn't really want to.
Where's my
Buff.
VR Sisters merch?
Dude,
My
do you know how
favorite.
much I'd cop that immediately?
Where's my
Um,
Ghost Kid number 5 merch?
I think
patience,
I
Ozone.
think
Patience. After the movie.
I think we've forgotten about perhaps one of the funnest theories that people have pushed. It's
Funnest
that
isn't a
these
word.
guys will be part of some what? Did you just say to me? Okay. They're gonna be in a cartoon like Freddy and Friends. Some
Oh,
of
I
them.
would love that.
Mm.
I would love
That's
that.
that's one of the theories. That perhaps the
Interesting.
balloon characters are cartoons, just like Freddy and Friends.
That's interesting.
Hey,
Oh,
think
I
about
think
this.
It's especially interesting that, especially from like the Funko Pop designs, like the mystery minis are always a bit stylized. So are the pops too, but it like they don't really look all that animatronic like.
Characters.
They look more like costumes.
Yeah.
But then again, I did also say that about the Glam Rocks.
But-
Then they ended up being robots.
They also have like very distinct expressions.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So like it could be cartoony.
So basically, what we got before Security Breach was, oh hey, here's a bunch of teasers from Steel Wool. It's the cartoon. Here's a bunch of teasers for Ruin. It's these cartoon characters. Like it's happening again.
It is happening again.
Something like that.
I'd say, that's definitely a possibility. Whatever happens, I feel like if these are for a mainline FNAF game, I feel like I would enjoy them less. But if they're for like a fun spin-off, like friggin', like you said, like a platformer or a
Fury's
cartoon, I
Rage
feel like
2,
I'm
more
inclined.
Fury.
I'm inclined to enjoy the designs a bit more if that was the case.
Imagine it ties into the arcade conspiracy.
That would be cool.
Imagine if we got.
Classic.
Imagine if we got a
That'd be a
spin-off.
great
Wait,
way
wait,
to
wait,
do
wait. Imagine if we got like a spin-off game that was just like a collection of like arcade games, like
Oh please.
That'd be cool.
here are these arcade games that we found in the Fazbear Entertainment archives.
Like
Classic.
like Scott's
funny.
own spin on like Pop Goes
Oh.
Arcade or something.
So almost like Freddy and Friends, except not like an animated show. It would be an actual like spin-off game. That would be really cool.
I think a really, really cool idea, kind of combining a bit of what everyone has said so far, is like, remember, FNAF 6 Pizzeria Simulator, how that starts, and it's just like, oh, this is just like, the pizzeria like simulator game,
Mm-hmm.
and then it breaks, and then it's a completely different game. I think it would be really cool, like a super cool concept that Scott could do, it like as a side project, or if like he's commissioning Steel Wool to do it, or like if this ever gets made, it would be really cool because it would be diving back into like a FNAF mainstay, but to just have like a collection of mini games, but the goal like you are the player, and you have to play them and find secrets to dig deeper into a mystery. and the further down you go, it gets crazier and more glitched. I think that could be really cool.
World.
Like FNaF World and Pop Goes Arcade, like a mix of those kind of.
Yeah.
But like with the style of like like the Atari games or like the Sister Location Circus Baby platformer or the Balloon World, like those, like having different varying levels of quality, I guess.
Imagine. Okay, you know how they got to find a kind of way to ease you into, or like they ease us into Security Breach by just starting inside Glamrock Freddy and then starting to move around, you know?
Right.
Imagine Ruin starts where we are eased in, we are playing an arcade game, just like the start of FNAF 6. Game's over, we come away from the console, we're this little kid.
Okay.
That's
it?
Game ends.
That's it.
Yeah.
You did it. You beat the game.
I think they should do that with a show. I think they should be like, okay, Freddy and Friends comes out next week, and then it's like a fun little animated thing, and then it gets corrupted, and then it's just the FNAF movie.
That's a
good whatever they do with these, I kind of just hope they're not actual animatronics. Like I think they work a lot better as like characters.
I could see the clowns maybe being animatronics, but the balloon characters certainly not.
Yeah,
they're
a bit too
little and cutesy to be. Yeah. But the clowns, I'm sorry, there's still a possibility they could be real costumes or animatronics.
Yeah.
Even with
I don't know how I would feel about that. I think I'd be okay
dying
with
to see
that.
an animated show.
Especially depends on how accurate these are to the actual designs as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I would be kind of down for like a circus set of animatronics that's a little more animatronic looking, but like roughly these designs still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But whatever happens. I don't have. And this isn't like super negative or anything. It's just something I've come to accept. I haven't really been enjoying the animatronic designs of the more recent stuff, so I kind of just expect to not be super wowed by anything in that regard.
I feel like Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy kind of got a bit boring at like Pizzeria Simulator, where they were just like rockstar animatronics that didn't have that many cool quirks.
We didn't even get to see them like in events. Like all we got was like Molten Freddy. And imagine Pizzeria Simulator, but like every like of like the big robots that you buy, they're in the vents.
They somehow get in there, even though they're not possessed.
Yeah, that would just be the craziest thing ever. Like 11 animatronics just in the vents.
11-20 mode.
I don't even know how many there are. There could be. I think there's more than 11. I don't know why I said 11.
Oh yeah.
It's just Ultimate Custom Night at that point.
Yeah, it genuinely just is.
So, do we have anything more to say about these peculiar little guys?
I think that's it. It's really just mostly speculation right now.
Very, very interesting stuff.
Curious, though. Curious.
Indeed.
All
right. So, what's next?
Well, we could touch on Tales news. Or the encyclopedia.
If we're doing Tales news, can I take charge? I love it. I love Tales.
Sure.
I'm fine. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go in like order. So first off, we got news for the Bobby Dots conclusion number 5. We got the
fifth conclusion.
No, book number 5, the conclusion. we got the names of the stories. And we got a preview. So we got GGY, the Storyteller, and Bobby Dots Part 2.
Very intriguing stuff.
I will say
it's going to sound
crazy,
but I did not think that the Bobby Dots Part 2 was going to be called the Bobby Dots Part 2.
Wait, is it called Bobby Dots Part 2?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Where's Part 3 at?
Where's the Bobby Dots conclusion? That's the name of the book. It would be weird if it's like. It would be really weird if it was the name of the book and not the name of the story. That would be like a first, right?
Yeah.
That is a first, yeah.
Who remembers Tex?
Tex.
Oh yeah, Tex.
So GGY, when I first saw that, I was like, this feels like a fan-made story. Because, like, it's so, like, game-related. It's crazy. Like...
They have been going that direction, though, recently.
Yeah, GGY's description is Tony's search for a new player behind the impossibly high score to the Fastplex Arcade, or Pizzaplex Fastcade, leads him down a rabbit hole with no way out. That's obviously going to be about Gregory. I mean, come on.
Interesting point about that, though. You know how they, like, release, or I don't know if it's leaked or released, but, like, the word count kind of things, where it's, like, the words that are most frequently out of the larger ones?
Yeah.
Yep.
I skimmed that, and there was no mention of Gregory.
Well,
so
yeah.
they might not ever name drop him, I think.
No, I agree with that.
I have heard people talking about one of the characters from the preview might be Gregory.
I can confirm the description appears to be his exact match.
Okay, wait.
Pretty.
So,
should we
yeah,
describe
sorry,
him?
explain it. Yeah.
Pretty small kid, brown hair. He's got a bit of fight in him. I really don't remember anything else. They call him Rab. Is that a nickname?
Yeah, from Dr. Rabbit.
Rab. Yeah. Has to do with rabbits. That's pretty special.
Wait, yeah. Also, because doesn't the description say it leads him down a rabbit hole?
Mm-hmm. Leads him down a rabbit
Right,
hole.
yeah.
That
This
could tie in
be
there.
interesting.
If he's Rab, then the rabbit hole is, he's the number one. It'd be
Right.
weird if Gregory wasn't the number one player.
I believe they also said
but
in
it's
the
called
preview
GGY.
that they don't know where he goes on Sundays. Probably the Pizzaplex to play games.
Pizzaplex.
Bro lives there.
On Sunday?
What? So that's the Gregory's, or GGY. I feel like everyone's just gonna call it Gregory.
Just call the story Greg. Yeah, I guess.
What was the storyteller about that? Is that the Fazbear
storyteller
executives?
Outsourcing their storytelling to an artificial intelligence comes with unintended results for the executives of Fazbear Entertainment's board of directors.
Yeah, baby.
All of these are so hype, and I can't choose which one's the most hype.
I'm excited for these.
Yes. And then, Bobby Dots Part 2, Abe trying to find first generation animatronics.
I feel like Bobby Dots Part 2 is like the most underwhelming one of the three.
Surprisingly, because
Yeah.
that was well. Here's the thing: we see Fazent Corp and AI. That's exciting. Who's the AI? Who's running Fazent? That's the questions. You see Gregory. What's he doing on Sunday? How is he top player? Where's this going to lead? What? What's he doing on Sunday?
What's he doing on Sunday? The biggest mystery.
We need to find out where he goes.
What was he cooking?
What is he cooking?
And then, unfortunately, you see Bobby Dots, and you're like, we know how it started. So, we don't know how it's going to end, but we think we have a pretty good idea.
That's
and it
fair.
doesn't have much, massive overarching, potential, I
Yeah.
guess. But it's still going to be really good.
We
Underscore.
it's not as mysterious because we have part 1.
I guess it is in the towers, though, so...
Yeah. Oh, imagine if that ties into Ruin, though.
All right.
Hey,
We're going to go to his room and get harassed by AI girls.
There's...
underscore, do you think the Bobby Dots are evil?
That's a tough question. I don't think the main three are inherently evil, no.
Okay.
I do.
Do you?
They're menaces. They need to be stopped.
I think
We
they're
talked
probably
about this
just
more last
they're
time,
just probably
but-
just erroring.
Hey, so...
They're in on it. This little rat is guilty.
Are you guys ready to hear the new descriptions?
There are new
What are you
descriptions.
talking about? What are you
For
talking
books 6 and 7.
Yeah.
Oh.
Those.
I'm not sure I heard about these.
Well,
Really? Oh no.
here we go. Okay, so for number 6, Nexi, we have...
I definitely didn't.
Can you keep a secret? Astrid doesn't tell anybody about the strange things her Buddytronic doll has been up to. Kara convinces a Pizzaplex employee that no one will know if he lets her spend a little more time in the VR attraction. And Fazbear Entertainment Engineers' custom project has a surprise for anyone in store who encounters it.
VR attraction.
Fascinating.
In the 6th volume, blah, 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 everything comes with the price to pay. We get more Fazbear Entertainment stuff, which is exciting.
Very nice.
We also get a VR attraction.
Contraption. The VR booth has been mentioned next to the AR one a ton of times.
Wait,
so
but
it's going to be really interesting.
Wasn't the VR booth for the Tiger Rock one?
We'll get to that in a second.
Are there going to be
that-
more VR stories?
Oh gosh. We no longer have the in the flesh triangle. We have the in the flesh like dodecahedron or whatever.
In the flesh dodecahedron.
Oh, I honestly forgot In the Flesh was a VR story.
Yeah, it's weird.
Nope, it was all real. It was definitely real.
Okay. What's next?
Next is Tiger Rock. Have you ever had something stuck in your head? After a session in the VR booth at the Mega Pizzaplex, Kai can't shake the feeling that the Tiger animatronic has somehow stayed with him. A new attraction at the Mega Pizzaplex leaves Kane's mind full of intrusive thoughts that are not his own.
Oh.
And Drew and Liam's idea to write an expose in their school newspaper comes with unimaginable consequences. In the world of Freddy's, truth is scarier than fiction. So first of all, we have the lost Bobby Dots story.
Yeah.
Drew and Liam.
The newspaper one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that last one was supposed to be instead of the Gregory one in Bobby Dots.
Yep. We got another VR booth, but this time with Tiger Rock. And we also got just a new attraction, and we have Kane Carter.
Kane Carter, main character
of Pop Goes.
$4.99.
So I'm really intrigued by those ones because a lot of them, 2 out of the 3, if not all 3, seem to be about like going insane, which is always fun. You know, something like just wearing down their their mental state,
or going into madness.
Dun, dun, dun.
Wow,
that's a fun way to put it.
Haven't we made that joke like a million times?
Probably.
When talking about like Fazbear Frights and Tales, like.
Best.
Yeah, okay, buddy. Yeah, that's very interesting. I wonder what the song will do if that's like what the whole thing with Tiger Rock is. Like, will it drive him to commit murders? That would be neat.
Yes.
Zimoda.
It's just like the voices in your head, except they're grooving.
That's funny.
All right, so last thing talking about with Tails, B7-2.
B7-2.
Yeah, this is such an oddity.
Very interesting stuff.
Or is it B27? We don't know.
It's definitely B7-2.
It's B7-2.
It's B72.
We touched on this a little bit last episode. But it's almost definitely a sequel to B7. Like, there's no way it's not.
Right.
That's gonna be really interesting how this
Where
works.
he rebuilds himself as a human. I love that theory.
Yeah, I think, parallels to like Ennard.
Gotta happen.
He's like he wakes up, realizes he's not dead, he's possessed himself, and he's like, well, I turned myself into a robot. Now I need to become whole again. I need to become human again. And so he starts taking people apart. I think
this story I never wanted to talk about again. B7 because it's so uncomfortable.
Really?
But we got the image and somehow like it takes away from what the imagination created, so it's more comfortable now. But it's still weird.
I don't know. I don't know if it hurts it that much because like this is after he's been crushed in a like garbage thing. So this is probably not exactly what he looked like at the end of B7. Like this, he's messed up for real.
Yeah, I guess it does still leave it for that one.
It's interesting that they're bringing this one back.
It was very popular.
It was popular for the wrong reasons.
Well, I maybe at first in the initial live reading, but I feel like over time it is still like very popular as like an emotional story.
I suppose.
Also, last bit of book news, we got another cover for the third Fazbear Frights collection graphic novels, and this one looks it's
just,
this one's really
Ralpho.
Exciting.
It's really
and we
cool
got previews.
Looking. Yeah,
it's our boy Ralpho.
Our unsuspected favorite story.
I went on Johnny's pod. Ozone, do you want to talk about this?
Sure. I don't know when it's coming out, but yeah.
I think it's coming out today, isn't it?
Basically, we went on Johnny's pod and talked about, a bunch of book stuff, and we were talking about what our favorite stories were, and we were like, dude, it's gotta be like... I said that maybe it's not favorite overall, but Bunny Call is up there.
Mhm.
I still can't believe that's a thing, by the way. I don't understand. It's crazy that that's the best story now.
I think it just
Oh,
works.
frights,
I want to
yeah.
it created like there's a lot of like book original characters and like antagonists, but like Ralpho has got to be like one of the ones that I like want to see in the games
It's
the
just
most.
fine.
That's what I used to
It's
think.
nothing special.
No.
You don't get it, Ozone.
You don't get it. You wouldn't understand.
You wouldn't understand.
You wouldn't understand the Ralpho appeal. Look at him. Just look at him. He's cool. But yeah, not too much to talk about there, except there's Ralpho.
Well, we have previews for it as well by.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
I'm
Or
so
hide it.
happy.
It looks great.
it looks definitely really good.
Dude, Hide and Seek is up there along with Out of Stock. Out of Stock got done dirty.
And Bunny
Hide
Cool.
and Seek, Hide and Seek, it looks phenomenal. The person who did the Fourth Closet, and that art is just beautiful.
Yeah, but there's like one shot where there's like a cartoony Shadow Bonnie, and I thought that was the real Shadow Bonnie in the story, and I was like,
Oh.
that's a bit too cartoony.
Just the cutout.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just the
It'll be
one that's
interesting
part
to
of the
see.
game.
Dude, I gotta get some like. Oh yeah, we haven't talked about the encyclopedia yet. Are we ready to move on? I have a good segue.
Are we going to talk about the encyclopedia?
Yeah.
I think we should. I think
Okay.
we need to.
So
what I was gonna say is,
if you don't like leaks, you can click off now. Thanks for watching so far, but I'm pretty
Make
sure
sure
most people are
subscribe.
gonna
Check
stay.
out the Reddit.
I was gonna
Why are
say,
you plugging the Reddit?
I am
It's
going
funny.
to get 2 copies of the encyclopedia. De-spine one of them,
Like
And
every
then-
book you took out.
scan it for images, and I will cut out the amazing art of characters we've never seen before and use it for videos.
Nice.
And give it to my fellow people that I know would want to use it, wouldn't you?
My fellow Americans.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
My fellow Americans, I present you Five Nights
Dude.
at Freddy's art.
I will be expanding FNaF resources in the coming time.
I don't usually buy FNAF books, but I will say the character encyclopedia is one that I did pre-order, just because I think it's cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna be redrawing the cover though.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting the cover is. Actually, no. I think it's funny. I think it's looped around. It's awful. It's so bad. It's funny.
It's not. It's great. It's such a good book.
So, in terms of the contents of this character encyclopedia, is there anything we want to talk about?
Have we all looked at the leaks? Have we all looked at the leaks?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, we have. Nobody
They were
Most
gives
hard to
things-
avoid as well. Like,
Most
Good
things
stuff.
are not too notable, but there is some interesting stuff in there.
great art.
I know one of the biggest things has been
Can
calling back into debate like Mike Dreamer, or whether it's
Oh,
the
no.
Crying Child or
Dude.
Mike.
This is a sore spot in this book.
It is. It's definitely, and I've heard people say it like contradicts itself. It's very messy when it comes to the FNAF 4 player and the FNAF
Wait.
4 events.
Actually, I have something that's not messy.
Uh-oh.
Ignore all the phrasing about Mike Dreamer or whatever. There's something that is concrete. Okay?
Okay.
On the Nightmares pages, you'd expect them to say that, let's say, as example, Nightmare Freddy, Bonnie, Foxy, Chica, they torment the crying child.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what their pages say, right?
Yeah.
Okay? Let's talk about Plushtrap and Nightmare Balloon Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
One of them says they torment the crying child. The other one makes no mention of him. Which
Which one?
one do you think torments the crying child?
your mom?
It's got to be. That's tricky because isn't Nightmare Balloon Boy canon? From
Nightmare
the
Balloon
Halloween?
Boy torments the crying child. The crying child has never seen Plushtrap.
Oh.
The book also quotes
that makes
Plushtrap.
so much sense.
Quotes
Yeah, that does
Plushtrap
make
being
sense.
a mini version of Springtrap. If
Which would be
Michael
impossible.
is having these nightmares, they are confirmed in FNAF 3 or post it, and he sees Plushtrap. Plushtrap does not exist to the crying child.
I
That's-
reckon it's during the FNAF 3 shift because
Yeah.
we also have phantoms that are like
Yes.
tormenting him.
Dude, do we want to
Bro,
do the
Mike cannot catch
shadows?
he cannot
They
catch a
could come
break.
home with him.
Shadow
What if you
BB,
brought
Shadow
home with
Puppet.
you?
Dude,
Bro
I need to
cannot
find an
catch a
image
break.
real quick. Talk about the
And
shadows.
he's messed
I
up
gotta
at this
find.
point. He's a freaking zombie. He's like completely out of the scope of human people.
Bro's having a bad day.
Puppet.
A bad life, I think.
But yeah, that's very interesting about Plush Trap. Like, I had never really thought about that, but it makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
page says nothing about the crying child. It mostly mentions that he's a mini version of Springtrap specifically.
So, like, it could not exist during FNAF 4. Because
Yes,
Springtrap didn't.
only to Michael. And if things from Michael's, when someone has whatever dreams, things from their reality floods in, he's dealing with Springtrap, mini little baby Springtrap thing.
That's also something to consider for out of stock, because if they're selling plush trap chases, it must be way past like 2023.
Oh, certainly it's yeah, it would be past 2023, past the Afton's in the Stitch Raid, so
Yeah.
It's been years.
The only thing that I could think of that makes things maybe a little bit more complicated is the fact that in the FNAF 4 mini games, there's a kid who has like a plush trap,
it's a plush
doll.
Spring Bonnie.
Does he say that though, or does he call it wait? Does he
Spring
just
Bonnie
call it like
plush.
a Spring
finger
Bonnie
trap.
like finger
It's a
trap?
finger trap,
Does he
but
ever
that's
call it
not
like
technically.
plush trap?
I will look at the quoting, but probably not plush trap.
Okay.
I'm pretty
It's
sure
just
they
a
say
plush
finger
Spring
trap,
Bonnie
and
toy.
it's supposed to be Spring Bonnie.
Okay. It's just a little greener, so maybe that's just
Yeah.
reference.
But I mean, you know what? There's also always like a chance. Look at the toys that little girl has. Toy Chica's missing her beak. Things Michael's seen might be flooding into those mini games if those are dreams he's having too. So he
Yeah.
can see a weird little plush thing as
I
more
think
of
so.
a Springtrap looking. Also, it looks pretty yellow here. It looks pretty bright, I think.
I
They
think
call
it's
their
a-
plush Spring Bonnie. They
It's
call
a
it Spring
cross
Bonnie.
between the shirt that she's wearing and the golden thread.
Yeah, actually, it's a bit. That's actually
Oh,
a
it
very
is rather
saturated image.
yellowy.
Sorry. No, here's the real image. It's a bit
Oh.
darker, actually. But she calls it Spring Bonnie. That's her plush.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a finger trap. Why make a finger trap that's Spring Bonnie?
Why? It's Fazbear Entertainment. What do
Goofy.
you think? They're stupid.
Also,
Is
is
there
it just me who never saw the Fredbear plush behind that car?
I'm noticing it now
yeah.
too, yeah.
That's.
I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that.
I have never seen that before.
Come on.
He's sneaky. He did his
Such an
job.
idiot.
Yeah. He's,
Can I show you guys a funny image from this book? You're gonna love it. Okay. Also, the shadow puppet, Shadow BB. Isn't that weird?
Oh,
That is
yeah.
a little odd. Is that the name for Phantom Baby that they get?
It's
It's
no.
from the
Okay.
mini games.
It's
For the
a bit
mini games.
misleading. The pages
like
for
the
Shadow
Happiest Day
BB.
mini games?
It's the
Yeah.
mini game. Like there's Shadow Phantom or
Shadow Phantom.
Shadow Balloon Boys and a
There's
shadow
more shadow
like
animatronics than we think.
puppet hunching over.
Fascinating. I've
We
always
just never
wondered
considered
about
them
those.
shadows.
I've always
Also-
wondered about those.
Here's an incredible shot of Phantom puppet. Tell me what you think. Look it up and down,
And we're gonna probably want
As
to
it
put these in
loads.
the YouTube video in the background.
please. Take a
For
look
the
at the
people.
Phantom puppet.
So don't forget to edit that in. That is
Then
really cool.
he got some juice.
Look at that. Very cool design.
He's packing some.
Yeah, may I direct your attention to
Oh,
Why?
no.
What? Dang it! You just had to go and do that, didn't you?
Look at this image.
It's
It doesn't need to be that big.
Oh my gosh! Stop talking, please.
that big?
this is truly unfortunate.
I really hope when Matt Pat did a video like about Luigi's.
No, right now, stop.
Does Luigi stuck? Does flipping
Yeah.
measure up?
Does
No.
shadow puppet measure up?
No.
But yeah, the shadow stuff is really interesting because
Very much so.
We never
it
considered them
might-
shadows.
because of like agony and stuff. Like we have a lot of knowledge now that we can go back to the FNaF 3 minigames and be like, yeah, that all ties together.
Ooh, do you want to hear an interesting fact?
Sure.
Sure.
You might have to skew the lines a bit, but technically there's a shadow sprite correlated with every FNaF 3 minigame. There is the Shadow Balloon Boys, Shadow Puppet, Shadow Cupcakes, and if you really squint, because Shadow Bonnie starts in Stage 01, Shadow Bonnie is Stage 01's, but there's also that Shadow Kid, so every one of the minigames technically has a shadow.
I don't know why, but the FNaF 3 minigames are one of the only, like, remaining parts of FNaF that I can, like, that kind of unsettle me in a way.
They're pretty unsettling.
Like, one of the last things in
The
the
Balloon
franchise.
Boys under the tree is like, yeah, that gets me.
The imagery is what does it, because it's like,
Yeah.
kind of low quality, but it's like these striking images of
And it's 8-bit. It's like
yeah, it's hard to
retro.
like understand what like, and you're just kind of like wandering around too, like it almost reminds me of like Yume Nikki or something, where you can just wander and and you just see like a giant like crying figure, and it's like, oh my gosh, that's kind of creepy.
Yeah. Really good.
Yeah.
Might have
Probably-
to make a video about that.
I want to eventually, but I'm terrible at actually following through on videos.
Yeah, me too. It's been a bit.
So,
Man.
do we have too much more to talk about with the encyclopedia?
Dude, what other secrets can I think of? It has so
All I
much.
can
Wait,
think
I
of
have a
is, like,
list. I'll list them all off.
The lightning
crying child
rounds.
The crying child is crying black tears.
He is doing that.
Well,
yes.
while
okay.
we're talking about this real quick, I just want to say, I really hope there's more 8-bit minigames in Ruin. Like,
Yeah.
the freaking
I missed
Balloon
them
World.
so much.
The Balloon World
Can
was
we
like
get-
the closest thing we got, and that was so cool. It was like
That's what I mean. Like a whole spin-off game of that would be like amazing. That's
Can
what
they
everyone
f-
wants, I think.
Can they finish Chica's minigame that just got scrapped?
Yeah,
Remember
Chica-
that
Yeah.
one?
Yeah,
Can they
it looks
finish
fun.
Security Breach?
Okay.
That one gets called out in GGY.
I have.
Does
Yes,
it?
it does.
Fascinating.
I have right in front of me, if anyone's interested, a list of all the notable information in the encyclopedia. If you want a lightning round of interesting things.
Let's do the lightning round. Let's go
Well,
for
all
it.
right.
We know how Underscore spent his Sunday.
I am going to skip over some of the ones that are like... The book gives some characters a lot of personality, but like Toy Freddy being a sore loser, or Freddy is the front man, whatever. Skipping over that. The Freddy bowtie thing in Help Wanted, how you fix him, that is canonical. That is how you actually do that.
Okay.
Golden Freddy is a ghost. Chica does in fact search for food even outside her stage performances. Wow, so how they're described in FNAF VR is accurate. Let's see. Toy Chica becomes less active on night 2 and 3 because Withered Foxy is blocking the hallway.
That's
let's
just
see.
really derpy to me.
Yeah, that's funny. I think that's awesome. Shadow Freddy is said to be important to the FNAF mythology, and it's teased he may or may not appear more.
Interesting.
And did it say he appeared in Security Breach?
I don't know. I'll have to recheck. I don't think so.
Because
But
some of
maybe.
that sort of stuff is like inconsistent, as people are saying. But I personally think like a lot of it could be like
There's
true.
there's a few errors. There's a few things we have to discover. Okay, Puppet in the hallway camera in FNAF 3 is a hallucination of Phantom Puppet.
Fascinating.
That may not be the literal puppet, I guess.
Or, by
let's
the way you
see.
just described it, it's not even Phantom Puppet; it's a hallucination of Phantom Puppet.
Okay, whatever.
Or is it Shadow Puppet?
Well, we already talked about Shadow BB Shadow Puppet or characters.
Shadow Phantom Puppet.
FNAF 4 location is in fact Fredbear's, if anyone was still doubting. I don't know why anybody would be at this point. Crying Child canonically terrorized by nightmares. The Freddles do not have their own will when they're attached to Nightmare Freddy. However, once detached, they're said to be rather playful and less aggressive, gaining a will of their own when separate.
The Freddy Hive
Guys.
Mind.
Alright, guys, back in the hive mind.
Okay.
Oh, man.
For some reason, that just made me think of like the classic like 3 kids in a trench coat pretending to be adults.
Oh my gosh.
There's their will of their own.
Nightmare Freddy likes to mock his victims. What we already talked about with Nightmare Balloon Boy terrorizing the Crying Child. Plus Trap is a spring trap. Plushie. Crying Child died at the end of FNaF 4, and we see his spirit. Which his spirit art is so good.
It is.
It's amazing.
So
I like the Stitch Wraith as well.
Also,
Yeah,
wait, is that actual confirmation that the Crying Child died when he flatlined?
No
Wow.
way!
Oh
It's
my
almost-
goodness! It's almost like
it's
it's not
almost like-
symbolic.
Yeah.
Hey,
Who was that?
how do we feel about the fact
were-
that he's
Yeah.
only in FNaF 4?
Well, he only appears like that in FNaF 4, right?
Well, I mean, like, the pages about the spirit seem pretty accurate. Like, it says Elizabeth is in, FNaF 6.
Yeah.
Well, she is
So-
mentioned by name, though. I think
no,
that might be
but
a difference.
the point is, it's that she's Circus Baby and Scrap Baby. That's how this has worked. And if the Crying Child was Golden Freddy, they'd mention him where Golden Freddy appears. That is how the spirit pages work. We figured it out.
I mean, I don't know, because, like, again, Elizabeth was mentioned by name in FNaF 6.
That's not okay. Elizabeth is not the example I mean. I mean, like, who do we got? Charlotte, FNaF 2. Charlotte's in FNaF 2.
Okay.
Does that help?
She was in that minigame.
That's, dude.
Hey, I'm
Yeah, but
just saying.
she's never called Charlotte though.
I'm
Right,
gonna
yes.
scream.
In fact,
Okay.
it says save him.
That's fair.
Yeah. Okay. Look, we're just gonna keep going. Circus Baby was in fact fused with the restless spirit of Elizabeth, and they both
Wow.
became one entity who seeks to plan to become Ennard. That's cool.
Wow, what a reveal.
Ennard is mainly controlled by Baby. Ennard is referred to as It.
That makes sense.
Biddy Babs are Baby's sidekick. I don't know why we need to know that. Remember that line about
It's like-
Ballora being scared to go in the scooping room?
Yeah.
Maybe?
When you are about to go in the scooping room, you're in the dark, she's guiding you. Baby's guiding you.
Yeah.
It's just location.
Yeah.
But that's true. Ballora was in fact scared to go in the scooping room. I thought that was a lie, because Baby likes to lie.
Interesting.
But if Ballora was in control of Ennard, she would not go in there. Funtime Freddy has a claw.
Go in there.
He has a
Funtime
claw,
what?
just like Baby.
Funtime Freddy does?
Stomach claw. Yes.
Interesting.
never
I mean,
see
that
it.
would make sense. Because he's got the, like, cavity.
We don't even see it in Count the Ways.
Yeah. Well, he does have stuff, so.
Yeah.
Could have lost it.
Let's see. Funtime Foxy is the ringmaster of the circus in Sister Location. I don't know what that
That makes
means.
sense.
What's circus?
That makes sense.
I think it's like its own attraction, maybe, like, within it, like a different section. Kind of like how it's, like, the Chica's, like, mazer size or whatever.
Major
Yendo.
size. Woo!
Yendo can technically, canonically walk through walls, but only for the reason that in Custom Night he behaves exactly like Golden Freddy. Even when your doors are closed, he can get
Yes. And Golden Freddy is listed as being in Sister Location, so
Yeah.
it kind
Yes.
of confirms that Yendo is
in.
related to
Problem
it.
is, we don't know
Absolutely.
whether that means the Custom Night setting for Golden Freddy mode, or
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It means Yendo's Golden Freddy.
I love Yendo being Golden Freddy.
And
It works.
wait, guys, Yendo or Yellow Endo. Oh my gosh! It's,
Wow, it's
Oh my
almost like
goodness.
that's the name comes from.
Yeah.
I only
oh
just realised
my-
that. Not gonna lie.
Scott might be teasing, but the human heads in the control module could be haunted. He's probably just teasing though.
Oh yeah. Can we just mention how like the human heads? I'm pretty sure got like a double page spread. We got like
Why?
Twisted Chica that doesn't even appear in the book. And then we got Eleanor. We got Eleanor with one page.
And no
Dude.
Mike. And no
Twisted
missing
Chica's
kids.
appearances, aka none, is so funny.
That
No
is funny.
appearances.
That is kind of funny.
Also, Scott did the exact same thing he's always done with Mangle to Bonbon now. This book calls Bonbon a she when all prior quotes have been he.
One Bon is a he and one is a she.
Bon Bon.
Also, Bonbon is canonically in FNaF 3 now. Fun searching.
Well, huh?
It says listed appearances FNaF 3. It's a
Yeah,
mistake.
that makes sense. That makes
Oh,
sense.
is it a mistake though?
Bonbon in
No.
FNaF 3, yeah.
There's a poster. There's a poster with Bon Bon.
Mm. Happy Frog is the leader of the mediocre melodies.
What?
Not Orville?
Not Orville?
No, Happy Frog.
Interesting.
The melodies are canonically bootlegs of the original characters, and Ned Bear was to avoid copyright issues with Freddy.
Good. I like that info. That's good info.
And that means Fazent bought the mediocre melodies at some point.
No, that
Before
disproves one
Scared
of
They bought
Matt's
'em.
theories. Because didn't Matt say that the mediocre melodies came first?
No, the mediocre melodies are a rip-off of the Fazbear Gang. That'd be later.
Yeah,
right,
no.
no.
Yeah. So that disproves Matt's theory.
Oh, yes, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Mr.
Sorry.
Hippo and Orville aren't good friends. It's a one-sided friendship. Egg Baby is a scanning device. That's vague. I wish that was more clear.
That's a little disconcerting that they don't elaborate. What do you mean by that?
Scrap Baby rebuilt herself with a Halloween styling attire.
Fascinating.
She is orange, mostly, I guess. Old Man Consequences is categorized as a question mark. We don't know what he is.
Understandable.
Glitchtrap is William's soul who took the form of a computer virus. That's pretty obvious.
So, so it's absolute confirmation that it's his soul.
The FNaF AR skins seem to be treated somewhat as canon. Woodland Toy Freddy is in fact a haunted tree, and Swamp BB is in fact a BB that got stunk in a swamp.
What?
Need I say how I was right all along?
Okay, the BB
Nice.
one, maybe. The BB one, maybe. But Woodland Toy Freddy being a haunted tree?
You realize
we gave
that
him 2 years.
Oyster Toy Bonnie
We
is
gave him
literally
gosh,
years.
We did
some
give
stuff
him
that got
2 years.
haunted at the bottom of the ocean. That's what Oyster Toy Bonnie is.
Well,
Also, need
why
I
is it not
remind...
just like? Why is it not just that they made them to like thematically look like those, like Fazbear
Need-
Entertainment? Like, oh, let's make forest themed. They're actually possessed trees and clams and stuff.
Need I remind something else very specific, that Boulder Toy Bonnie has 4 upper teeth, making him closer to Shadow Bonnie than Toy Bonnie.
Fascinating.
I might need to get my mojo back and do AR videos again.
Oh my gosh.
Return of the King.
Okay, Monty has a rivalry with Freddy, Vanny and Vanessa are the same person, Blob and Burntrap are not canon names, and that's it!
Wait, Blob and
Blob and
Birdtrap
Birdtrap are not
Are
canon
not
names?
their actual names.
What are they called?
I don't know, man.
Do they just say like that's not their names, but we're not going to tell you what they are?
Yes, that's exactly what it says. How'd you know?
Nice.
Oh, before we wrap up, I want to say Ozone made a joke Golden Freddy page, and it was so close to what it actually was. It was crazy. like the pictures. Like I remember
the top right picture.
The top
How
right
did you do
picture.
that?
Yeah, that was crazy.
How the frick did you do that?
Really good. I genuinely thought they would have a Golden Freddy AR one though.
Oh yeah, the Golden
But,
Freddy one is so lame. It's
And
so sad.
then I said Golden Freddy sits down thinking about his girlfriend. Or ex-girlfriend, sorry.
Wait, is that the real page?
Yeah.
No.
Wait. Am I
No,
stupid?
that's the real
Wait,
page underscore.
Wait.
It also says
Anyway.
Golden Freddy's a fish.
Yeah, let's gaslight him.
No, shut up. Gaslighting.
Oh boy.
I need to find the Golden Freddy
Oh
page
my
now.
gosh. So, that's a lot of FNAF news. Are there any more for the Lightning?
Nope.
I don't think so.
All right.
Alright.
Well, if you made it this far, thanks for watching this episode of the Dark Rooms Podcast. If you liked what you heard, subscribe and check out these lovely boys. Their channels are in the description as always. And we're going to see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Peace.
He did it! He said the thing!
He did the thing!
Wait, what?